Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. You might know me from this Twitter account, or this one, I don't know. But yeah, I ran a poll if you wanted me to do a story time, what it's like in the psych ward, and you guys, majority voted yes, so yeah, that's what this video is, and I've never done this before, so I'm really awkward in front of the cameras. Yeah, and so you guys have something to watch in the background. I have this time-lapse of me drawing. The characters in this artwork are not mine, they're Mavis Joshi's, from her short film Suicide Land. We only talked a little bit, but I'm gonna miss her so much, and I started this artwork for her before I knew that she passed away. So, but I wanted to continue it for her anyway, so that's what I'm drawing. If you haven't seen her film, go watch it. Her YouTube channel is Late Night Mavi. And I've linked it in the description, so go watch it. But anyway, yeah, this video is about how did I end up in the psych ward? And okay, so basically in April I was ready to leave, so yeah, I was like spending months, you know, and starting myself, so but none of that's actually the reason that I got admitted. No, what actually happened was I took kind of a bike ride. Yeah, that's it, guys. Okay, so it was 10 p.m. I went to like the second most jumped off hotspot in the world. I don't know if YouTube's gonna take this down if I say why I was going there, but you can figure it out. Also, I can confirm it looks much cooler at night. I have some pictures. I did take some pictures on my way back. So, yeah. So I left at 10 p.m. on my bike, right? Because I'd done a lot of research first, and I knew that they don't let pedestrians on after like 7 p.m. or something, but if you're on a bicycle, they have to let you in, like, no matter what time it is. So I took my bike, I went to the nearest BART station, and I got on BART to San Francisco. By the time I actually got there, it was around 1 a.m. and I just like stood there for what, I don't know, probably 30 minutes. But I ended up just pussying out and turning around. I thought the gate makes a huge beeping sound when they open it for you at night, and I thought I heard that, and I didn't know if it was like one of the patrol people, and I really didn't want to be caught by them. So what I did is I hopped on my bike and I booked it to the Marin side, and I just wanted to run there in the middle of the night for a few minutes before heading back. And I don't think that this actually counts like as a failed attempt, although I did fail one earlier, like April 1st or something, with the method that in retrospect definitely wasn't going to work. I really didn't think it through. Sorry, this is like really hard for me to talk about. By the time I got back home, I took my bike, I rode it to the BART station, waited until 5 in the morning for it to start running again. By the time I got back, it was like 6 o'clock in the morning. I slept for 1 hour, and then I just went to school. And You know, my dad asked me, where were you all night? Because he found my bike. Yeah, outside the garage. And I said I just went around the neighborhood. And I thought, okay, it's all well and good. Nobody's gonna know. Everybody knows. Because I told the school counselor, just because she asked how tired it was. I didn't think she was gonna think anything of it. I told her that I was out all night until 6 a.m. and it turns out they tell your parents even for that. So that's how my parents found out. Or combined with other shit I've been doing that month, one thing led to another. And fast forward to about like a week from then, I'm about to give a presentation in like community service professions. That's what it was. I'm about to give a big presentation, and just my luck, I get a call from the front office that my parents say I have to come outside. And I'm like freaking out. I know what's coming for me. So I get in the car, and my mom tells me that she told a doctor a ton of stuff about me, which I'm not going to disclose here. And then what the doctor said is they have to take me in for an ER evaluation, or she's going to call the police. So we get to the ER, and guess what? It's just my parents. They say that I'm going to be interviewed so that they can evaluate whether or not I need to go inpatient or not. And guess what? They never talked to me. They only talked to my parents, and then from there they decided we're gonna put her under a 5150, and she doesn't get a chance to explain anything. And then they just put me in the ward from there. The reason is you have been leaving home at night and fixated on bridges and other high places. And I had a whole story lined up to explain that away, but never got to tell it because they never actually talked to me for the evaluation. They only talked to my parents. And I was in there for a week, right? I could have just been in there for a week and came out, right? But no. While I was there, I spent the whole time just telling every person on the treatment team that I was not, suicidal. And everybody just had the wrong idea about me. I still tell everybody that to this day because I have no trust in the mental health care system at all, and I don't want people to tell me what to do or how to think. I don't believe in therapy for myself either. And I hate psych wards, and I've lost all confidence in telling any trusted adults anything because of this experience. But yeah, the whole time there, I tell all the nurses I just went there for fun. Now, I thought they believed me, but now I find out they actually diagnosed me with depression and didn't tell me, apparently. So I guess they didn't believe me at all. Okay, what was it actually like in there? I would say that the one I went to was not that bad. They had windows with sunlight coming in. They gave us clothes. Well, after a few days of staying there in my ER gown, they gave us clothes. The food was not bad. And we could ask for like a paper and one of those bendy pens to draw with. That's what I did most of the time there. And the people there were really nice. You never meet nicer people than when you go to a room full of people being held there for being a danger to themselves. I don't know why people that are a danger to themselves are just so nice and cool, but they are. And some of my very close friends I met in there. My roommate was super nice and chatty. We did puzzles, drawing, yapping late into the night, so that was fun. But she actually left before me. Yeah, we did exchange contact numbers, even though we're not supposed to do that. But yeah, we can still stay in touch. So that's a silver lining. anyway, so why did they get more complicated than just me going in there for a week and leaving? Well, because one of the questions I get asked by a nurse there, like, upon intake is like, have you ever been, like, touched inappropriately by someone in your family? And, the answer is yes. And I was basically forced to report it after answering that yes or no question. I talked to, like, the police, CPS, I had to do an interview my mom made me go to. Oh, and he did get arrested. I thought that this wouldn't be a whole thing since it didn't happen, like, super often. But no, I can't contact one of my parents anymore. I just can't. And it sucks. There's a restraining order between me and him that I didn't put there. But yeah, so I'm just forced not to talk to one of my parents for an indefinite amount of time. And so that's how things are now that I've been discharged. And I kind of wish I didn't report it at all. I didn't know all this would happen. Okay, but anyway, what was life in the psych ward actually like? Well, I think the day started at like 8:30, and then they would serve breakfast unless you were in the ED program, which thankfully I was not clocked. They never found out about that. Yeah, day started at 8:30. Bedtime was at 10. No phone call longer than 5 minutes, no phones, no wearing your own clothing, no talking about why you were in there, no talking about, triggering topics, although, of course, that's all we talked about, like, whenever the adults weren't around. They had, like in the common area, they had an electric keyboard, actually, and I happened to play piano, so I played a bunch of songs I know, including, like, Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild, and there was a really nice boy there, and he loved what I played because he recognized the songs from that game, and so we got to bond over that. So that's good, but for the most part, I was really unhappy about being there because it was like, April, May is not a great time to just be missing a week of school, week and a half actually. I thought I was gonna fail on my finals. Missing a lot of rehearsal. I was a studio company member in a ballet company, and no, I don't think that involuntary psych hospitalizations really do anything for a lot of people. I mean, you're just taking a bunch of mentally ill teenagers and sticking them all in a room together with no fresh air, no going outside, no seeing their friends or family, like, and it's just so much uncertainty. Every hour feels like a day there. That was the longest week of my life. So how are things post-discharge? I lie to doctors, hate therapy, lie to therapists, keep starving myself, and yeah, it didn't change anything. Actually all it did was take one of my parents away from me. Yeah. I'm never gonna let myself go there again. And yeah. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, subscribe, I guess, or go follow Twitter accounts. Go watch Late Night Maddie's film. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Oh, and a quick message for any Shed Twitter antis. I mean, all it is a space for mentally struggling people to have to their own and share about their lives. You can even post art on there. We're very pro-recovery for the most part, so if you try to cancel people just for being mentally ill, you're stupid. Sorry, you are. If you have shed Twitter DNI for any reason other than it's triggering, you're stupid. Thank you. This is the art that I made.